The sun was shining brightly in the sky. It was a beautiful day. However, the people of a small village were not happy. They were sad because there wasn't enough water for everyone. The women and children had to walk long, long miles to fetch water. Even then, they could only get a little bit of water. One day, while walking in the hot sun to fetch water, a little boy saw something unbelievable. He saw a huge elephant coming toward him. The elephant looked very weak. Its head was down, and it was dragging its feet on the ground. The boy quickly ran back to the village and shouted, "Hey, everyone, come quick! A huge elephant is coming this way." The people of the village picked up their tools, ran outside and started shouting at the top of their lungs, "Go away, you big animal! You will destroy our crops." The elephant heard them and felt sad. It was very thirsty, but these people didn't want to give it any water. It tried to explain, "Please give me some water. I am very thirsty. I have walked long miles and I am very tired." But the people didn't understand what the elephant was saying. All they wanted was their crops. They were not ready to share even a single drop of water with the poor elephant. However, there was one boy who was just 8 years old. His name was Arif. He felt very bad for the elephant. Even though he didn't have much, he still had a small pot of water. He took it and went to the elephant. The elephant was very surprised. It asked, "Why are you bringing me water?" "These people don't like me. They want me to go away," Arif replied. "It doesn't matter what others think. I know you are tired and thirsty. Please drink this water." The elephant drank all the water in one gulp. It was very happy. It asked, "Can I have some more?" But the young boy shook his head and said, "I only have this much water. If you want more, you will have to go to the river that is far from here." The elephant felt sad. It said, "Thank you for the water, little boy. I will never forget your kindness." And with that, it started walking away slowly. Arif waved goodbye to the elephant and went home. That night, he couldn't sleep because he kept thinking about the poor elephant. He was worried that maybe it would die because of thirst. In the morning, he got up and went to the field. He was very surprised. When he saw the elephant, it was standing right in the middle of the field, and its tusks were in the air. Arif ran to it and asked, "Are you all right?" The elephant turned around and said, "Yes, I am fine. Look what I have done for you." Arif looked in the direction the elephant was pointing. He couldn't believe his eyes. The elephant had used its tusks and dug a huge hole in the ground. Now water was filling up in the hole. Soon, it became a big well. Arif shouted, "Wow, this is amazing!" The elephant smiled and said, "This is for you. Now you and all the people of your village will have enough water to use." Arif understood that the elephant was thanking him for the water he had given it. He quickly ran to the village and shouted, "Everyone, come quick! The elephant has made a well for us. There is enough water for everyone." The people of the village were very happy. They took their pots and went to the well to collect water. The elephant was very happy to see them. It was so happy that it decided to stay in the village. From then on, the elephant took care of the village, and the people of the village took care of the elephant. Every morning, the elephant would go out into the fields and work. It would pull out weeds from the fields so the crops could grow nicely. Sometimes it would lift heavy logs and make strong fences for the houses of the villagers. The elephant was very strong, so it could do all this easily. In return, the villagers gave the elephant food and water every day. There was also a little girl in the village whose name was Zoya. She was just 6 years old. She liked playing with the elephant the most. Every day she would feed the elephant delicious fruits and vegetables. She would also give it water. The elephant loved her very much. It would take her 4 rides on its back, and they would play together in the fields. One day, Zoe came to the elephant and asked, "Can we go to the river and play?" The elephant said, "Of course! I will take you!" So both of them went to the river. While playing, Zoya fell into the water. She started crying and shouting, "Help, help." The elephant quickly jumped into the river and saved her. Zoya was very scared, but she was also very happy that the elephant had saved her life. She hugged the elephant and said, Thank you for saving me. The elephant was very proud of himself. He thought, I am so lucky to have such a good friend. They both played in the river for some time and then went back to the village. As days passed, the elephant and Zoya became best friends. They played together every day. Zoya learned how to ride the elephant. She would sit on the elephant's back and tell it stories. The elephant would listen to her patiently, and sometimes it would also say a few words. Zoya understood what it was saying. One day, Zoya was telling the elephant how much she liked her school. The elephant asked, Can I also go to school? Zoya said, Of course. Why not? The elephant was very happy. It said, I want to learn how to read and write. Zoya smiled and said, Don't worry, I will teach you. So every day after playing in the field, Zoya taught the elephant letters and numbers. It was very smart, so it learned very fast. In a few months, it could read and write very well. Not only this, it could also do complex math problems. Zoya was very proud of her friend. She was happy that she had taught it everything. Now, the elephant was not just a strong and kind animal, it was also very intelligent. Once there was a heavy storm in the village. The wind was blowing very fast. It also started raining heavily. All the people of the village were afraid. The strong wind could blow off the roofs of their houses. But the elephant was not afraid. It took Zoya on its back and went outside. It started pulling down the trees, which were falling on the houses. It also lifted the heavy objects which were flying in the air and were about to break the windows of the houses. The elephant saved many houses during the storm. When the storm was over, all the people came out of their houses and started clapping and cheering. They shouted, Hooray! The elephant! You saved our lives! The elephant felt very happy. It was glad that it could help the people. The elephant lived in the village for many years. It was not just a pet for them, it was a member of their family. The people of the village respected and loved the elephant. They knew that the elephant was not just strong and intelligent, it was also kind and brave. One day, the elephant became very old. It was not able to walk or work like before. All the people of the village were sad. They didn't know what to do. Then one day, Zoya came up with an idea. She called everyone and said, Let us make the elephant a beautiful house so that it can live comfortably in its old age. Everyone agreed. They worked hard and made a beautiful house for the elephant. They also decorated it with flowers and colorful lights. Zoya went inside and said to the elephant, Look, we have made this house for you. You can live here comfortably now. The elephant was very happy. It thanked everyone and said, I am so lucky to have you all as my friends. I will never forget you. From then on, the elephant lived in the beautiful house. Although it was old and weak, it was very happy because it knew that it was loved by everyone. It had a big family who took care of it. The elephant lived happily ever after.